Call me High. The first time I met Ed was in the county lockup in Tempe, Arizona.
Some movies start off with the title card. Simple, effective, perfectly acceptable. Some movies end with the title card. Can be very cool if done right. And some movies start with a teaser scene, usually 2 to 5 minutes, and then flash the title card. But there's a select few films I've seen over the years that drop it 10, 15, even 20 minutes into the movie. The Empty Man did it most recently in my memory, but none have ever done it as well as Raising Arizona. This is not an opening scene. This is a short film all on its own. Like the opening to Up, the beginning sequence of this movie is easily and unquestionably the best part. Now, that's not to say it goes downhill from here, but it's hard to improve upon perfection. In this opening sequence, and it's a sequence, not a scene, we meet High, we meet Ed, we get to know their personalities, their work lives, their home lives. We watch her engaged, then single, then engaged again, married, then devastated to find out that her womb is a rocky place where his seed could find no purchase.
Okay, then.
And him we meet in and out of jail. He's a recidivist, you understand? A repeat offender. He robs convenience stores, gets caught, and winds up sharing a bunk with a man who ate sand.
You ate sand? That's right.
The incredible twanging hillbilly music infused with random assortments of Ode to Joy is yet another perfect score from the brilliant Carter Burwell, who also did the music for Fargo, Blood Simple, and a bunch of other movies. It's an absolutely fantastic setup of tone, world, and character. There are more great moments in the first 10 minutes of this film than there are in the entirety of most filmmakers' careers, and it all builds up to the most beautiful title card of all time. Now, I gotta tell you guys something, and it's something that I think might split the audience, but it'll split the audience between the true film fans and the casual film fans. Folks, I f***ing love Nicolas Cage. People have debated for years whether or not he's actually a good actor.
If I was in 70 films over 30 years and I spent each one talking at random volumes, I might accidentally win an Oscar.
Personally, I think he's brilliant. And this story from director Osgood Perkins from the behind the scenes of the recent film Longlegs, which is dope by the way, is the quintessential example of what a one-of-a-kind consummate pro this guy really is.
I mean, Nicolas Cage is obviously one of the great movie stars of all time. When we were making Longlegs, the sound guy came over to me one day. I've never seen anything like it. I was like, "What, everything okay?" And he's like, "Well, when Nick is mic'd and I'm watching the dials, when Nick goes big, he goes right to the line. It's like anything more, a decibel or two over that would clip, and it would be hard to use. When he goes big and he yells and he's crazy, he goes right to the line. And then when he goes down and he goes soft and he's whispering and he's barely talking, he goes right to the line." He's like, anything past that line, you wouldn't be able to use it, but he knows where the lines are. And I was like, man, that's nuts. He's like, it's the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, I'm a cat. I'm a sexy cat.
Holly Hunter, aka Mrs. Incredible, is truly perfect for the role.
I love him so much.
This is another great cinematic love story, another showcasing of the brothers' incredible talent at character and dialogue. This was their second film, a very rare successful sophomore follow-up. But don't take it from me, let's hear what Quentin Tarantino has to say.
With the exception of Raising Arizona, what had happened time and time again, to such a degree that it was practically a cliche, is these young independent filmmakers would come out with these, wow, just blow the top of your head off, drop your jaw, first films. That just blew you away. And they had the worst movie they ever did as their sophomore film.
Pretty much almost everything I said about Evil Dead 2 could be applied to Raising Arizona.
Yeah.
I mean, every single solitary fucking thing I said.
I was like, these people are...
Except add better dialogue.
Yeah.
And just maybe the greatest performance in any of their movies.
The concept itself is as funny as the movie, which is the #1 way to guarantee a good comedy. The repeated dialogue, like in The Big Lebowski, really helps hammer the lines into your head. Nathan Arizona kicks ass.
Sir, it's been rumored that your son was abducted by UFOs. Would you care to comment?
Don't print that, son. If his mama reads that, she's just gonna lose all hope.
The camera work is truly fantastic, and the diaper scene is an all-timer.
If you're a movie-mad young guy in your early 20s and you see Raising Arizona and you see that shooting style, it's like, well, what's the point of ever shooting any movie not like that?
I know.
All right, that seemed like, okay, a new shooting style has been developed and everything else looks old-fashioned by comparison.
Even the bad guys in this movie are fun. John Goodman and William Forsythe are both great as Gale and Evil Snoats.
Works what's kept us happy.
By the way, can we take a moment to appreciate the names these f***ers come up with? Evil, Gale, Edwina, Hi, Lewin, Llewellyn. Okay, I know that one was Cormac, which frankly belongs in the list itself. But it's weird they use both, right?
¿Por qué no los dos?
Old El Paso.
Criminals stealing a baby from criminals who stole a baby, only to fall in love with the baby and become worrisome parents, is just good comedy. But what makes the Coen Brothers is that despite this being largely a comedy, they just can't help themselves from throwing in a dash of crazy. It's tough to say exactly what the hell Randall Cobb is doing here, but I kinda figured he was the physical embodiment of the inner turmoil that Hi is going through, consciously rationalizing that their little plan may not have been the answer to their prayers after all. But that's what I like about it. There's no definitive answer. Like the tornado at the end of A Serious Man, or the anticlimactic and sudden endings of The Big Lebowski and No Country for Old Men. This film allows the viewer to take part in the conversation the movie is having, because ultimately, we're just another character. And the scenes of our lives are merely movies of themselves that connect each and every one of us within the ever-circuitous tales we weave and live, passing down through the generations, westward to wagons, across the sands of time until... look at me. I'm rambling again. Well, I hope you folks enjoyed yourselves. Catch you on down the trail, and subscribe for more videos like this, and much, much more.
791? Oh, bullshit.
Government do take a bite, don't you?
The Coen Brothers? I mean,
Yeah.
they put them on stamps.